The Boy, the Master, and the Seven Questions. Chapter 2. The Beggar and the Boy. In the following weeks, the boy is very sad. He walks the streets, but he has nowhere to go, no one to listen to, or to ask the million questions he has running through his mind. No longer is he allowed to go to the mystery schools to listen to the masters teach, so he has nobody to answer his mystic questions. As he is moping about with his head hanging down, he hears a beggar calling him. Hey, you, why do you look so sad? Why do you walk these streets with your head down? I see you day after day, walking and moping and walking. What is it that could possibly make a boy like you so sad and depressed? Why are you not running up and down the streets, playing, and getting into trouble like most kids? Why aren't you chasing the fair maidens? What has vexed you to the point that, instead of having a face full of joy, you are gloomy? Come, tell Aman, the street dweller, your story. I live on these streets, so I know all their stories. What troubles a handsome boy like you? The boy looks at Aman and exclaims, Sir, I have no desire to play games in the street, nor to chase the fair maidens. My only desire is to find and know truth. My family and I are refugees from a different land. However, everyone knows that Egypt has the finest mystery schools where one can learn the secrets of the universe and come to understand the enigmatic will of God. Even though I am only a boy, my heart yearns to know the truth about these things. I have been to every mystery school, but all their priests and masters reject me because I am too curious. They say I am a young troublemaker because I question their doctrines. They rebuke me and threaten to return me to my family to exile. So now I am not allowed to go to those schools. So you see, Aman, my heart is saddened as I have nowhere to go to learn the truth. How can my thirst for knowledge be quenched if I am not allowed to listen to these great masters of doctrine? I ask you, Aman, the knower of all streets, where can I go? What can I do? Aman looks the boy up and down and sees in him an earnest desire no one usually sees in a boy his age. Then he begins to speak. First, if you want the truth, you are looking in the wrong place. Those so called masters are no masters of truth, but they are most certainly masters of brainwashing with unlimited power and control over others. For they use cunning tools to brainwash the minds of their poor, helpless students. After they make their students feel unworthy, everyone begins to feel hopeless. Then the teachers proclaim that the only way to salvation and true answers is through their mystic schools. Once students buy into this nonsense, the brainwashing is complete. At this point, the student identifies themselves with the school and will do anything to protect that school's doctrine. So you see, once you begin to question their doctrine, you become a threat, even if you are just a boy. God has actually done you a favor in pushing you away from those mystery schools, for you will not find truth in them. You will only find mystic rituals and strange doctrines, but nothing more. Free thinker like you always be an enemy of rituals and doctrine. However, you are very fortunate on this fine and lovely day. The universe smiles kindly on those who seek truth with an earnest and pure heart. For Aman knows of a great master who has true truths. This master seeks no glory, fame, or power. His truth stands on its own. The boy's face perks up in eagerness. Who is this master of masters? Where can I find him? Please, Aman, I would do anything. Aman replies, Well, unlike the master of masters who does not need anything but truth, Aman is in need of something else. You see for yourself. Aman is in rags and all but skin and bones, for I have not eaten a fresh hot meal that was not someone else's trash for longer than I can remember. As it is your curiosity that drives you, it is Aman's empty stomach that drives him. I long to have fresh hot goat meat upon my plate with aromatic bread and some milk and honey. These things I desire, but alas, they require 2 coins. If you could provide Aman with this, Aman can take you to the master. The boy's happy face and eager demeanor instantly turns to sadness. As a refugee, he has not one single gold coin, let alone 2. In the next few weeks, the boy walks around silently. He does not have his usual chipper personality or ask 1,000 questions, so his parents begin to worry about him. The next day, he refuses to get out of bed. When his parents come into his tent to get him up, he says to them, I have no reason to get out of bed. There is nothing for me outside this tent. They looked at him with a smile and said, But it's your birthday. The boy has been so sad that he totally forgot about his birthday. He sits up and says to his parents, But still, there's nothing for me outside my tent. Since I can't listen to the lectures at the mystic schools or ask any questions because I am a disruption, I cannot go to the master of masters because I do not know where he stays. So, what is there for me outside this tent? His parents look at him with love in their eyes and their hearts and say to the boy, We are refugees from a land far away. We don't have much, but we love you and we love each other. And yes, you are forbidden to go to the mystery schools to hear the lecturers, and you are not allowed to disrupt the masters and question their teachings. Although you are not like other boys running through the streets playing and courting young girls, we knew from the moment of your conception that you would be a special child, unlike any other. So, although we don't have much for this special day, here are 2 gold coins for you to go and do whatever. It is your heart's desire. Happy birthday, my son. Instantly, the boy's heart begins to soar. He can hardly believe it. This is the exact amount he needs to pay Aman, the homeless man, to show him the way to the master of masters. But then he looks at his parents and said, Mother, Father, I am grateful for such a gift, but we have nothing. We live in this camp and we scrape by with barely enough food for our bodies. What kind of son would I be to take such a valuable gift and use it selfishly for my own desires? No, I cannot take it. I accept your love as my gift. The father exclaims, No father in all the lands could have asked for a better son than you. But, my son, these coins are meant for you. As you know, I stomp in the mud and the hay to make bricks for the Egyptians all day, almost every day, just to earn what little coin I can to feed you and your mother. The Egyptians are cruel and barely pay us, even though we work harder and much longer and are worth far more than the small amount they give us. But yesterday, during a break time, I talked to my friend. I explained to him how blessed we are to have you as a son, but also how sad we are that tomorrow was your birthday, but we had nothing to give you in honor of this blessed day. At that time, I did not realize an Egyptian foreman was listening. For whatever reason, only God knows, he had compassion on me. At the end of the day, showing favor for my story, he pulled me aside. Next, he said, I have a family with 3 daughters, but I have no son to pass on my name. Hearing you talk of your son and the love you have for him touches my heart. Here are 2 gold coins to give to your son to celebrate his day of birth. These coins are for him and only him." Then the father says, "So you see, my son, these coins were meant for you. Take them with no sadness or regret. God wants you to have these coins. Go and do something your heart desires."